And we're going to discuss the Gillie, was it Gillie the King, him appearing on Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp. And here's a little snippet that I thought was interesting, and we're going to react to that. And it kind of follows up. I think you're going to find something very interesting that the media really isn't covering here. Let's take a listen.
Now, I can't say that my son was just a totally suburban. He hung out in North Philly. He hung out in the ghettos.
So again, this is a man who's had the ability to move his son out of the ghettos, but yet the boy was lured or drawn back into the ghettos.
He had family down there. So, but
he had family there, right? This is what Be Brave talks about. You know, they come back or the family goes to them. In this instance, he was going back to the ghetto.
what he was trying to be wasn't him.
He chose a life that he didn't have to.
Absolutely.
That's right. It's the corrupting influence of the ghetto, which is why many blacks move out of the ghetto.
Absolutely.
You, on the other hand, you grew up in that. That's all you knew that was around.
Absolutely.
If your mom had you out in the burbs, like you said, when you went to college, it exposed you to something else.
Absolutely.
Okay, you went to college and exposed him to something else. What was that? It probably would have been white people. And we see where Gillie went to school, but what else could he have been exposed to?
Absolutely. So,
and I imagine Gillie lives in a white area. You know, the suburb, as he talked about, it was just code for white, or at least diminished numbers of black people here. And this is the kind of code that you're gonna see him talk in. The rest of this interview, probably he's been talking this way the entire interview. The black person's problem here, they can't really call out their issues directly, so they speak in code. They not like us. Well, who's they? Who's us? And suburbs? Well, why you move there?
you know, a lot of times the kids in the ghetto, they subscribe to something because
He's talking about black kids in the ghetto. That's who's in the ghetto. That's who he has run away from to move to the suburbs. He took his son with him. They didn't solve the problem. Nobody's solving the problem. They're just running from it.
the image. They don't want to be looked at as pussy.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, oh, he turkey. Oh, they don't want to be looked at as a certain.
And then you got to hear the thing. I keep looking at this guy's hat. This is a 47-year-old man dressing like a child, Arrested Development himself. He came along at a time when he was able to make a living rapping. His son, YNG CHEESE is his real name. He can't make a living the same way in the rap industry. And so, again, he's got to be tough. He's got to be hard. Well, he can't go be an astronaut or a rocket scientist.
Way. So that'll drive him that's not even into that life to do some shit that he had no business doing. But
and so he's saying the ghetto drove him to act in a certain way that he ain't have any business acting.
Because he don't want to be perceived as a certain way.
Yeah, that's the way it is in the ghetto. That is the way it is. He is being honest, at least up until this point, but he's just not calling names, just being honest. But the black problem, they can't call names, and that is why there's such a big space for people like me and Be Brave.
I'm sorry that you had to hear the comments about the Illuminati, because you got money now. And normally when black
niggas out here blaming his son's death on the Illuminati, this Negro beef.
People get money, you had to do the Illuminati, you had to sell your soul. So you had to sacrifice your son.
Right.
In order to stay in good graces.
I mean, it just sounds so ridiculous on the face of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like blaming some boogeyman as opposed to accepting the responsibility for your own problems here.
Keep this paper coming.
Now now that we know one of the kids that was responsible for murdering my son, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the Illuminati came to a 16-year-old kid that's in high school and said, yeah, we need you to kill Gillie's son.
So he's admitting a 16-year-old kid. 16-year-old, what kind of kid? We're going to find out some interesting details about this 16-year-old kid.
For Illuminati purposes. See how idiotic this shit sounds? That as a black man, you can't just work hard.
No.
And put the work in every day. And blessings come from that. That you got to come from somewhere else.
Right.
So I don't pay that shit no mind, man.
Have you met the kid? Have you talked to the kid that took
this shit's gonna get interesting right here.
Your son's life?
Nah, I never met him. Only reason why
There's a reason why you can't meet him.
know was because the police called me and told me once he was murdered. Once he got, because the kid had just got shot 17 times. He was walking with his mom.
Oh. It's just Blue Shannon Sharp's mind right here.
And he got murdered. And then the police notified me and let me know that he was one of the kids that was pretty much about to get locked up for the murder, but he got murdered first. So, and then, you know, when you do something in the streets know. So, you know, they all on Instagram and they talk, and then, you know, apparently this kid name was the Joker, and, you know, that's what he did. So, you know, but he had to deal with God. You know, that's how I look at it.
And then Charleston White says something disrespectful and derogatory towards your son, but
you can't.
We get past the Charleston White part. This is the part I want to.
When I ask you, what do you know him? You ain't nigga that had nothing like that. Wow. Think about that. Come do this. I don't even know what
I do. That's actually doing it. You mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
How did that happen? In the wrist, stomach. You mentioned earlier in the interview that you had gotten shot. I think you got shot in the wrist, stomach.
Yeah.
Gillie got shot himself. God damn, I didn't know that. You know, like father, like son, you know. One generation, the first generation catches a few strays, and the other one, the next generation, catches the mortal, fatal wound here. And let me put this on the screen. Let's see what he's going to talk about. He got shot here. Oh man, I didn't even know this part. This is the media don't want to talk about this. That he was black and he shot himself. So this is not, you know, foreign territory for him. Shit.
Yeah.
In the foot.
Yeah.
He shot in the foot.
How did that happen?
Where was he shot?
Stomach.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier in the interview that you had gotten shot. I think you got shot in the wrist, stomach.
Yeah.
In the foot.
Yeah.
So look at this nigga alive.
How did that happen?
Pulled the gun out on me.
He got the drop on you?
Got the drop on me.
You didn't.
So a black man robbed him and then shot the motherfucker. Mean, nasty work. Nasty work these blacks do to each other.
Run as fast as you can. I thought you could run.
That's why I'm still here now.
That nigga would have killed me if I couldn't run. That's what he just said. That nigga would have killed me if I couldn't run. Say it again, nigga. That's why I'm still here.
I thought you could run.
That's why I'm still here now. I told you Wallow would have been dead. We'd have been
You ought to see this nigga laughing and giggling as blacks shoot at each other. Nigga shoot at me, motherfucker. Ain't no joking. Ever again about that shit, nigga. Ain't no joking, nigga.
It's so hard. I told you Wallow would have been dead. We'd have been hit so hard. How do I sing of love? I got there. You slow motherfucker.
They fucking grin after they been shot.
I got busy.
He got bit out of
How do we get gun violence out of our community?
Oh, man. This is... The 70% of blacks here are on display here talking about how we get rid of guns. Nigga, we've been doing this, we've been fighting this shit about 40 years now. Gillie just told you he got shot. I'm assuming he got shot 20-something years ago. It ain't guns, bro. Promise you, it ain't guns.
Is it possible, Gillie?
Nah, it's never possible.
Can we reduce it?
Yes, we can reduce
So
it.
if we can't get rid of the guns, what's next? Who's doing the shooting?
Okay.
Some laws got to change.
The 70% on full display here, people, the laws got to change before the black folks stop shooting each other. Okay, what law?
Especially in Philadelphia. See, his laws all different ways. See, in Philadelphia, you come home for gun cases.
Okay, all right.
Motherfuckers beat gun cases every day.
So the blacks just won't respect life, but maybe they respect the law. Okay, gotcha.
You know why in New York don't carry guns like that?
Oh, you going away for a minute.
They lock Plexico Burris ass.
You going away for a minute. They don't play.
Plexico Burris.
But they locked Plexico Barry's ass up, which means he was carrying a fucking gun. I mean, these blacks. I mean, the logic of these people is truly unbelievable.
One of them was a Super Bowl. They said we don't give a.
Yeah.
And they should have, right? He broke the law. He's no different just because he won the Super Bowl.
The gun in the club. Tick tock.
Yeah. And he shot himself.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Come on, nigga. You had a gun? Come on. So
So wait a minute, do the niggas want other niggas to go to jail for guns, even the famous ones? Or do they not want them to go to jail? 'Cause they've been arguing for no bail and let the niggas out of jail, but now he's saying lock them up. I don't know which heads to tell. Do he want the niggas locked up or not? Okay.
in New York don't really carry guns unless they going to go do some shit.
Right.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Philly, everybody carry guns.
Yeah.
Everybody. Because these beat gun cases every day. Oh, dismiss.
So they beat the gun case every day. He want stricter punishment. He want these people found guilty, put in jail, prison.
Dismiss. So until you change the laws, it ain't gonna be really no gun.
Until you change the law, black people are not gonna stop shooting each other. Period. It's not gonna happen. That's what he's telling you right now. Short of law changing, black people do not, in his mind, black people do not, in his mind, right? In this guy's mind right here, he's saying black people do not have the ability to stop killing each other, short of changing the laws.
Gun. Then think about it in Atlanta. You just allow anybody could carry.
Oh yeah, it's open carry state. I mean, the South is everything is open.
So New York has shootings and they have strict gun laws. Philadelphia has shootings, they have more liberal gun laws. Atlanta has shooting, they have very liberal gun laws. So clearly, the one thing in common there is that it can't be mentioned.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's the wild, wild west.
So the shit is crazy, or the niggas shitting are crazy. We can't say.
I saw about the 17-year-old basketball player.
Oh, this is gonna get beautiful right here. Oh, this shows you the cognitive dissonance in blacks is so strong. So strong. I want you to listen. Watch this nigga. First off, you're gonna see this nigga ain't done his research. And he go into these interviews blind. This nigga ain't that. You know, he's not really putting 100% into it. You can clearly tell because he's gonna be blindsided here. He didn't even do like prep work here. He just brought this guy here. We just gonna shoot your shit and I want you to take a listen.
Straight A student. Am I wrong, Gillie? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected.
Right.
And that's a fucking lie. I don't know why blacks keep perpetuating these lies that somehow there were certain groups of people that are protecting in the black communities. Every day we cover kids being shot, pregnant women and children in front of their other siblings or mothers and fathers. But somehow there is a protected class of people within the black community. And if this existed, more black people would feel comfortable living in the black community. If women and children are off limits, then they should feel safe moving in the black communities. But they don't. So what?
Nobody touched him. Hey, he good now. He gonna be what they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
I grew up in black neighborhoods. I live in a black neighborhood. I never heard this spoken before.
Happened.
That's who killed my son.
Ooh, these Negroes, boy, they've come a long way. If Shannon Sharp was telling the truth, that it used to be that we protect Negroes, now protect Negro sports players, now the Negro sports players are the predators. They've taken that protection and turned it against their fellow man. Amazing.
The 17th?
Yeah.
You gotta see this shit. Say it again, nigga. Yeah, Shannon Shaw really can't believe this shit. He wanted to further the narrative that there was some redeeming elements within the black community that, maybe we're protecting the sports athletes. He's wondering where did that slip? And he just can't believe it. The sports athletes are now the predators. They're throwing away their entire basketball, football careers here. Just look at the shock on his face when Gillie lets him know that the athlete, the smarty arty, the one that was supposed to go off to college and be something, the student athlete is also a killer.
So in New York don't really everybody carry gun cases. The laws, anybody could carry.
Oh yeah, it's all about
So
witness. I saw about the 17-year-old basketball player. Straight A.
This shit is so amazing. So it's just really amazing. It has to blow Shannon Sharp's mind. It has to.
A student. Am I wrong, Gillie? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected.
right.
Nobody touched them. Hey, he good now. He gonna be what we, they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
The 17?
Yeah. The 17-year-old basketball player that just got shot 17 times?
Yes.
That's who killed my son.
Really?
The Joker.
Yes.
The Joker.
What was that about?
Well, it wasn't for my son.
Your son happened to be there.
Yes.
Wrong place, wrong time, nigga.
Oh. Them blocks is beefing. They going through.
Niggas talk, man. This is what Brady talk about. The blocks were beefing. Okay, well, why don't the niggas shoot the pavement, the sidewalk? Why do they shoot humans? Because in reality, the blocks aren't beefing. It's niggers on one block beefing with niggers on another block. Why can't we be honest here?
Through it. My son just so happened to pull up out there 5 minutes. They come to shoot the block up. My son,
There it goes in. They came to shoot the block up. They. Who is they? And why aren't they just shooting in the ground? Right? Shoot up in the air in the block.
son's not from that block. He don't, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Certain blocks you gotta be from. This goes along with the niggas have to check in certain blocks. It's just truly amazing, truly, man.
He just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And that is, a lot of ways blacks get killed, and they've been able to explain it away. Wrong place, wrong time, instead of the blacks doing the wrong things all the time. It's wrong place, wrong time.
What the?
That's how deep it is.
Bro, he has the potential to get out.
Right.
And he living that life?
No.
Yeah, it's potential to get out, but he chose to live that life. It's all encompassing here.
No, but see, you don't understand. He got videos out where he got a Joker mask on.
Right.
Bunch of guns in his hand. So these kids is influenced by all the wrong things.
Right.
To shit that don't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
To shit that once upon a time when I flew.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
And the U is not going through a toll booth. See, you gotta understand, if you from Philly right now, go to Atlantic City and you call them and they say they out of town. Yo, I'm OT, I hit you, nigga, you 45 minutes away, nigga, you went through the toll booth. The f are you talking about? That's how poor the city is.
Right.
Motherfucker go to Atlantic City and they tell you, yo, I'm OT.
Well, what the hell, if they so poor, what the fuck they going out of town for? Why are they going out of town to gamble? Blacks just can't, I don't gamble. Hell, I ain't rich. I'm poor enough to know I need to stay out of the fucking casino. But these blacks go to the casino, spend a bunch of money, engaging in life of leisure.
Yeah, I call you.
He mad they can't go to Vegas. Hell, they shouldn't even be in Atlantic City.
When I get back,
Right.
you 39 minutes away in a car, nigga. What are you talking about, you OT? So you gotta understand,
Right.
that's what we grow up in. These kids don't know no better.
Right.
These kids actually think that
Blacks don't know any better not to kill each other. Got it? Let me stay the fuck away from there. I understand why people want to stay the fuck away from it. If blacks do not know better than to not kill people, you gotta stay away from them. You gotta get the fuck away from these people. They're too damn dangerous for their own good.
you can't make it as a rapper unless you killed somebody.
Rappers. Why do they continue to want to be rappers in this whole wide world? Like, there's a million things you could do, but yet they want to be rappers.
Unless you did something out here in these streets. This is the mindset.
So what
Yeah.
I'm saying, they're pursuing careers that has a prerequisite of crime before you can become successful in that career, and yet his son became a rapper. Why? Why did you let him do that?
Why is the rap, why is that glamorized? Why is going to jail or I pull that iron out, I put that stick on something? Why is that glamorized?
Well, what he really should ask him is, why is that not a deterrent?
I have no idea. I told you when I was young, we glamorized the person that was getting money, the hustler. That's why rap names was like Gillie. Rap games, it was always somebody that was getting some
Got him with the prison.
money. Now, it don't be about no money or nothing. They'll kill you about an Instagram post.
Right.
You said you was gonna slide, you ain't slide yet.
Right.
Now I slid. Like, are you serious?
Right.
Like,
Again, this is the mindset of blacks. I'm not gonna play this shit anymore. You know, he hasn't called out the killers one time for the people that have killed his son. And then, you know, here's something interesting. Interesting development. He said that the police told him who killed his son. I don't think so. And here's an article from the Philadelphia Inquirer here, written February 13th, which is what's that? Yesterday. And it says that through evidence, I don't have anyone connected definitively, and I'll blow that up for you, that is responsible for this homicide. That's Deputy Police Commissioner Frank Van Noor. And so Gillie says that they told him that the rapper Dean Spady, not the rapper Dean Spady, whatever the rapper is that killed his son, but apparently that is not necessarily correct. And so the killer is unknown. And the all-A student that killed Gillie's son is here. We'll take a look at him. And so let's see images. So you see the Jeep connected to shooting of Philly High School here, and it's Gillie's son. There's the Jeep there. Apparently, this is the Jeep. Apparently, here's the
Skyfox over Philadelphia's Feltonville neighborhood today. Earlier, a teenager was shot and killed steps from his home. This is the 5,000 block of Rohrer Street, about 8 this morning, and we're learning the 17-year-old was on his way to school. All after-school sports and activities have been canceled tonight at Samuel Fells High School, where the student was a senior. The teenager was with his mother at the time. And Kelly, what else are you learning from this tragedy?
Well, Jason, police and school officials are identifying the 17-year-old tonight as Noah Scurry. He's described here at the high school as a great student.
This is the boy that was with his mother, the all-A student.
An athlete. His family understandably was not ready to talk today. Police say they do believe he was targeted, but have not said why.
I just saw him yesterday too. It's crazy to think about.
Sophomore Muhammad Al-Faqi leaves the solemn day of school at Samuel Fells High School. All after-school activities canceled today and men's basketball games canceled this week due to the killing of a teammate and senior, identified by police and district officials as 17-year-old Noah Scurry.
It's a horrible day. This is something that no one imagined. The student, according to police, was getting in the car on his way to school behind his house with his mom.
Now this is a murderer being killed by another murderer. That's what was that make? 1-2 murders at least?
So this is something that is quite unimaginable.
All teenagers, by the way.
Police say it all happened in an alleyway behind Rohrer Street, just off Roosevelt Boulevard, around 7 this morning. At least 20 shots fired in what they believe was a targeted attack. There was a
You know what's so crazy? Let me go back. Look how narrow this street is. Can you imagine somebody shooting 20 times in this narrow street? I mean, bullets got to be bouncing off houses. It's truly shooting up the neighborhood. The blocks are beefing.
Morning. At least 20 shots fired in what they believe was a targeted attack. There was a backpack left in the middle of the crime scene, surrounded by shell casings and tires of nearby parked cars.
Victims galore. Death by a million cuts is what I call it. You come out in the morning, some 17-year-old nigger, he ain't tag your car. He flattened your tire. Bullet holes in cars, windows shot out, niggas dead. The black tax in effect.
Blown out. A letter sent home to parents from the school principal said Scurry scored the highest among the Fells community on the SAT test.
The student who was
name his score. What was his score?
Killed was exceptional. No problems from him whatsoever, according to the
Some bump out advantage shit here.
principal and other staff members. As you might imagine, they are distraught.
Scurry's mom surrounded by loved ones today, including the basketball coach and other staff from the high school. Grief counselors were also on site and will be as needed, according to district officials. Students say they could feel the impact all day.
When you saw him around, you knew he brought good energy to everybody.
Whenever he entered a room, the room always lit. You know, it was always a smile on somebody's face when they were around them. He had a whole future ahead of him, too. It's scary to think about.
Now again, police say this is an active.
And enough about that here and here. And here's a picture of the funeral. I think of the young man here. Here's a picture of the guys.
Yeah, there's been a lot of love.
This is Gillie the King's son.
Love and support out here today. Many people sharing stories about Devin Spady, also known as YNG Cheese, saying how he was a talented rapper and was really making a name for himself in the Philly music scene. Now, people have been going in and out of the Met today, where they're going to have a ceremony, a viewing, as well as a service in his honor. Now, we know that Devin is the son of Philly rapper and popular podcast host Gillie the Kid. He died Thursday night after a triple shooting in Olney. Police say that the shooting, it happened on Masher Street just before 8:30.
Triple shooting.
They say a masked man with a white jacket opened fire, shooting at least 10 times. We know that 2 other people were shot. And
this is one of his videos, boxing. And whatever these silly ass little dance is.
Taken to the hospital where they were stable, but Spady died at 25 years old. Today, family members shared memories of him and told us how the young rapper would light up a room.
They all light up rooms.
You don't never really expect stuff like that to happen to people like him, you feel me? Especially people that's real positive. But life is just unfortunate, you feel me? I'm just here to show my support, show him I love him, and that's about it.
We know there were several family members.
All these people out here in death, where were they when he was alive?
His loved ones and community members inside the Met now. In a statement on social media, the family thanked the public for their support and said that they would continue with their mission to lift and educate young people here in the city. Meanwhile, we know that police say this investigation is ongoing and they haven't made any arrests. I'm Miguel Martinez Valle.
No arrest for that murder, no arrest for the other murder, and the lasting memories of this peaceful, young, positive Gillie the King can only be found on videos, I guess, left of his son. Let's see what kind of music, was it YNG Cheese? Anyone know what YNG Cheese even stands for? His father has, what is it, $1 million worth of game. And this is the son video from this son here. And you see what the video is all about. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna put it on 1.5 times so we don't get you may have copyright on the Little Negroes video. This is lasting memories here. Gotta monetize it to the end.
Bam. Just another day in the streets of Philadelphia.
Yeah. You wanna film me on this? Yeah.
They gambling, big gold chains.
I watch the ones change, I love the most like they don't give a f.
Alright.
They was trying to stick them up to get my brothers back to have it all. You know I give it up. Can be around these fake niggas. No, they can't sit with us, cause when it's war, they ain't
fake niggas.
don't ride, no, they with our homies that resort to violence, pick them pistols, they daddy all over. He trying to make shit up. What's he talk about? There was a time one of my best friends switched up. We had a falling out.
He's projecting like he's in their project hallways here. He's in the project hallways here.
He trying to make shit up. What's he talk about? There was a time I crack a head for you.
Alright, we've seen enough of that. But again, this is a Gillie the King's son. Gillie the Kid, whatever the fuck his name is. This is his son, YNG Cheese. Born a rapper, Gillie took the first 3 shots and his son took the last fatal ones. Engaged in the same conspicuous consumption of poor people, even though this man made it out of the hood.
Then we try to fuck it out. We was in the
big gaudy gold chains. Again, his son wanted this life and he got it. I thank you guys for joining the channel. Make sure you support the stream. Gillie the King here.